My wife insists I'm the one with an attitude, but she abandons every family meal to talk to Dana, so I finally told her to choose. Her family or that damn phone. Posted by you frustrated with phone. My wife has always been a very chatty woman. She's pretty much on the phone all day with her sister-in-law, her friends, family members, etc. She hangs up with one, and she either calls another one or another one calls her. This hasn't bothered me as I'm not home all day, but recently it's started to interfere with the time we spend together. I come down to breakfast, and she's on the phone. Literally the entire time I'm sitting there, she's gossiping on the phone with someone. That used to be our time to talk in the morning, but now she sits there and talks to other people. I've brought this up to her, and she simply said, she works. That's the only time I have to speak to her. This has also extended to dinner time. I arrive home, she'll have this big dinner cooked, and just as we are sitting down to eat, her phone will ring, she'll tell me and the kids to go ahead and eat, pick it up, walk away from the dinner table and start talking. In the past, if I got a work call during dinner, she would chastise me for it. You can call them back. This is dinner time, they need to understand. You're with your family, you're not taking that call now. This weekend, we were supposed to go out for dinner on Sunday night. She got a call from one of her friends as we were getting ready to leave, which she just kept prolonging. I kept pointing to my watch and making the wrap it up sign with my hands, and she kept swatting the air at me, telling me to leave her alone. 2 hours passed when we were supposed to leave. She finally got off the phone with Dana, at which point she said, "It's really too late to go out now, I'm tired, let's just do leftovers." When I kept slamming cabinets and huffing at her, she said, "Wow, you've got a hair across your ass today, what's your problem?" I responded, "My problem is we had plans and you blew them off to bullshit on the fucking phone for 2 hours. That's my problem, and then you say I have a hair across my ass. Don't even fucking start with me tonight." She said that she hadn't talked to Dana all day and needed to catch up, and there wasn't any other time for her to do it. I told her it's unacceptable, and we need to start blocking time off that both of us reserve for each other. She said that's stupid and we live together, we shouldn't have to do that. She agreed that we would have a do-over and go out for breakfast yesterday morning. We planned to leave the house at 9. 8:30, I was sitting down on the couch waiting for her. 9 rolls around and nothing. 9:15, still nothing. 9:30 comes and I went upstairs. I hear her laughing and I walked in to find her not showered, sitting on the bed in her pajamas with the phone in her hand. "Hang up the phone," I said, "let's go." "I'm on the phone," she shouted. "Sorry, Dana, what was that?" I ripped the phone out of her hand and said into it, "Hi, Dana, we're going to breakfast this morning and Tammy can't talk right now. She'll call you back another time. Goodbye." I then hung up the phone, turned it off, and put it in my pocket. My wife went apeshit, demanding I give her the phone back, screaming that I had no right to control her time and that she wasn't going to be manipulated. I responded, "No, you're right. You shouldn't have to be manipulated into spending time with me. If you were a decent human being, you would know that's something you should prioritize, not see as a chore. I'm fucking done. You've obviously made your choice. We're pretty much at an impasse. We haven't spoken much since yesterday morning. She said she has nothing to say unless I apologize and return her phone. I told her that if her biggest concern is having a phone right now, then we have nothing to talk about. I've tried offering solutions, but she's so obsessed with that goddamn phone that I don't think she's even hearing me. Relevant comments. Downvoted commenter. I don't think you're behaving like a rational human being at all. Huffing, slamming cabinets, taking her phone right out of her hands and putting it in your pocket. You're acting like a child and you're being whiny and passive-aggressive with her. It doesn't matter that she's behaving poorly. With that said, however, how hard would it be to say, "Honey, when we have time together, I need you to be present with me." Full stop. Op response, "Well, you're partially right. My actions as of late are extreme, passive-aggressive, and childish. I hate it, I hate being like this, and I honestly don't think it's healthy. So why am I doing it? Because it's sadly the only thing that gets through." She has a bit of persecution complex. When I said to her, "I'm gone from 7:30 a.m. until 6 o'clock p.m., it's important to me that we have dinner as a family. I would appreciate it if you didn't take calls during the one meal we all have as a family." Her response was, "Fine, I won't talk to my friends. After all, I only exist to be your wife. When you're around, I should drop everything to talk to you. I'll just tell my friends that my husband says I can't talk to them anymore." Meanwhile, I pay the phone bill. She's on the phone with people for between 56 hours a day while I'm not here. If I try being calm, rational, and addressing the issue, she denies that there is an issue, makes it seem as if I am telling her not to talk to anyone, and acts as if she is so isolated. This couldn't be further from the truth. When I was having one of these talks with her, her phone rang. I said, "Please let that go through to voicemail, this is important." She replied, "I have to get this, I'm expecting this call from Bait." "Call her back, please, we're not done," I replied. "Well, I don't have anything else to say." She responded and picked up the phone. From what I heard of their conversation, it was pure gossip and bullshitting. So as mean as it sounds, I'm through being nice. I'm through handling this with kid gloves, and I'm through with her ignoring this and making me feel as if I'm asking too much of her to actually acknowledge me and her kids during the few waking hours we're home. Update 1 year later. Hey everyone. It's been about a year since I posted, and I thought I'd give everyone an update on how everything went down. It's not the happiest news, but I know people were interested, so I'll share what happened. Right after I posted, I gave my wife her phone back. In doing this, I said to her, I don't believe I was wrong to be frustrated with you, but it's not my right to take your phone away. I'm going to give this back to you, but with it, I want you to take note of the fact that every time you take a long phone call on it, you are choosing someone else over your family. You are choosing to give that time to someone who is not here while there are family members here who miss you. She snatched the phone back and said, Don't talk to me like a child. It's my phone and I'll do what I want with it. In short, things never got better. She was always on it, dinners were missed, kids felt neglected, and there were days when we didn't say a word to each other because every moment I was home, she was yakking away on the phone. The final straw came at our daughter's 8th grade graduation last June. Right in the middle of the ceremony, her phone rang. At the beginning, they had told everyone to turn off their phones, but apparently that didn't apply to her. I put my hand on her knee and said, No, not here. Turn it off. She pulled it out of her purse, picked up the call, and walked out of the auditorium. She missed our daughter walking across the stage. When everything was over, our son and I collected our daughter, and the first words out of her mouth were, Where's Mom? We found her outside of the school leaning up against the building laughing and gabbing away on her phone. When she saw us, she ended her call and ran over to our daughter and gave her a hug. Oh, sweetie. You look so great. Congratulations, you did it. When my daughter asked where she was, she claimed that an important call came in right after she walked across and she had to take it. She was lying to our daughter to take a bullshit phone call. We went to dinner and I didn't speak a word to her. She picked up on this and asked me what was wrong when we got home. I told her, You've made your choice very clear, Tammy. Thank you, she asked me. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I said, You've chosen the phone over your family, that's clear to everyone. The following Monday, I met with an attorney and began the process of filing for divorce. A lot of this is a blur, so forgive me if I get the order a bit confused, but I'll give you a summary of what happened. My wife was served with divorce papers at home. She flipped, saying that I was trying to control her behavior, that I was treating her like a child, and that I was punishing her because she had to take a phone call. She ordered me to get out of the house. As I'd been the only one caring for our children for the past few months and summer was starting soon, I refused to do this. I told her that she was welcome to move out, but as I was paying the mortgage and caring for our children, I would not be leaving the house. My wife left and said she was staying with her sister until I came to my senses. She accused me of upending our children's lives right as our son goes into middle school and our daughter goes into high school because we'd have to sell the house. When we bought the house, my wife paid the entire down payment out of her mother's life insurance. My father and brother both generously loaned me money to cover half the value of the house as well as the down payment. My attorney contacted her, as she had not yet retained an attorney, and told her I wanted to buy her out of the house. He urged her to retain an attorney to review everything. She opted to accept the settlement and signed a "forgive me if I get this wrong" quitclaim deed, essentially removing any legal interest she has in the property. I closed our bank accounts, had a cashier's check issued for half the value, and had it sent registered mail to her at her sister's house. She signed for it no problem. I took our children's college funds, which were previously only in my name, and had my attorney put them into a trust, naming my brother and her sister as trustees. Only with both of their signatures can money be drawn from those accounts. So neither of us has the right to draw on those. It's a lot for my kids to understand, and I try my best not to paint their mother in a negative light. She hasn't made any great effort to see them during this time and keeps telling the kids, when she does see them, that this is temporary and she'll be back soon. Leaping off of a brilliant comment. Give her the damn phone back and make like Tammy Wynette in a spelling bee. My wife, who has not worked since we got married, realized that anything she could buy outright for half the value of our house was, like Elvis Presley looking for housing in Chicago. She's since retained an attorney, and is attempting to get the quitclaim deed invalidated, claiming she's entitled to half the proceeds of the sale of the home as a marital asset. My attorney has told me she has no chance of prevailing in this action, and that she signed in about 10 different places, saying that she was waiving her right to outside representation and review in spite of my attorney urging her to utilize an attorney of her own. The courts have been shut down since March, so nothing has moved ahead since then, but God willing this will be wrapped up by the end of the year. My soon-to-be ex-wife doesn't seem to grasp how serious this is, but at this point I don't care. She made her choice and I made mine. Working from home, I get to see my kids all day, and I've never been happier.